banning smart pickings here from NXP, and looking at how the game one went. At the end of the day, even if you have the good draft, it's all about execution here, though.
Yeah, you gotta get that game. You gotta make sure the game is on your side. You gotta make sure that you're making the right decisions. And again, smart choices in the draft doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna make smart choices on the game. We saw that last game. Last game's draft was a great draft for NXP. They did not pan out.
Yeah.
Will it happen again here?
We have yet to see. This is potentially the last game in this best of 3 series if Omega can close things out in a 2-0 fashion. XP looking like they have a good draft in this game. Welcome to the second game of the series. Now, looking at the composition here, you mentioned it earlier on that it is a good pickup for NXP that instantly counters a lot of the heroes here for Omega. But how do you think is Omega going to have to play around this?
You know what they can do? They can go at it at the same time. You can't Hurricane Dance 3 people at the same time. Unless you're like a god tier player. So, I don't know. If they kind of time their ultimates properly, Omega can actually still bypass this Akai. But again, it is very situational. You gotta do it at the same time. Otherwise, if you go in one by one against an Akai with a Hurricane Dance, it actually is a difficult time to initiate, to fight.
Yeah, and more often than not, we're gonna have to expect NXP to start the fight rather than Omega. We're not gonna be expecting Omega to start the fights themselves. As I say that, they did start a little bit of a fight in the mid lane, trying to take down Exort out of the game for a while,
Yeah,
but
good,
it's not gonna happen.
Good timing with the Breath of the Ocean there, and the Phasalophobia kind of surviving,
nice
adding some survivability over to Exort. And so far, they're just buying a lot of time for H2O to farm, man.
And he might not have any time to farm himself, as he gets the first blood being dealt to him by NXP.
Yep, great first blood there for NXP. Actually, is going to help out H2O a lot, especially since he's the one who got the kill. We're gonna expect a lot of tempo here from NXP, man.
Tempo. NXP needs to snowball this early game. As I say that, they're trying to keep the snowball going here. They will try to take down Toshi out of the fight. Yaoi, on the other hand, being zoned out, as well as over to the mid lane, Exort being singled out as well.
Yeah, Toshi behind enemy lines there, but able to get out of there alive anyway with the help of Falling Star Moon. You're gonna see a big turtle fight here, and I don't think NXP's in any position to contest, but they will try.
And they will try indeed. The turtle is low, will be secured by Omega. James low on HP will pay the price for attempting to go for that steal. And Omega wants to extend this team fight to secure a double kill onto Exort. Yaoi and H2O will just play it as safe as possible. Meanwhile, Renegade looking for a kill onto Curtizi.
He wants it.
He really wants it.
He wants it.
The Chrono Dash synchrovisions are there. Renegade will be forced to back out.
Mind games are real there with the help of the Mountain Shocker, though. Oh, you gotta be careful, Renegade. For the meantime, we'll be forced to back off, but not before Heath can find him.
Will he find the mark? Yaoi's over here. Renegade manages to dash out, and he's safe.
Yeah, able to get out with the sword intent at least, so they're able to at least save themselves some damage. Again, Kadita, it's also been quite a while since we've seen this hero, so I don't know, NXT might just be trying to get the hang of it for the meantime. I don't know.
And finally, the duel. Well, not really the duel, because H2O and Yaoi were there to secure the kill.
Yep, yep. Despite the 2-2 though, if you're gonna notice, 1.1k ahead, that's Omega. And I don't know where that came from. It's probably because of Toshi. At the same time, oh, what was that? Someone tried to go for a catch there. Hayes not really finding the mark.
And NXP, they're trying to do an Omega here, but trying to control the lanes, the map as fast as they can, trying to chip out the HPs there as James spots out Toshi. And Toshi will go down, ultimately already being popped there by James, but still not really securing a kill themselves. Meanwhile, top lane, Renegade and Exort not in a good spot, will get caught out. Hajizi forced out to back off. Here comes the Zama Force. Being committed, and Renegade takes down Hajizi over to the back lines. Exort takes down He's over to the side. Curtizi trades it out for Renegade.
Rough waves, man. That did a lot of damage. If you noticed, 1 minute they were full, the next they were out. And Hayes, they're not done.
They're not done indeed. Yaoi is next in line. Exhort is low. If Omega wants it, they could take down Exhort right here, right now. But James is there to back him up.
Yeah, again, no mana for Haze. They know this, and the Bakito is doing a pretty good amount of damage there. James feeling more at home here with Bakito than other heroes I've seen him so far with.
And this is again, this is a comfortable NXP lineup that we would expect them to play. And right now, Omega is just doing a good job trying to delay NXP from even snowballing in this entire game. We have yet to see who's going to get the control on the Tier 1 inhibitor turrets so that they can establish map control here. But speaking of map control, I mean, the turtle is going to be controlled by NXP.
Yep, NXP definitely looking a lot better here in terms of objectives, but the gold still definitely heavily in favor of Omega if they keep it up. Oh, there you go. That's what I was talking about. They turned it up just like that. But the turret does go down.
It's a turtle, a hero over a turret. I don't think that's a...
I don't think so too. Here we go again with Omega. There's going to be little that NXP can do to stop the push on the mid lane.
Yeah, Renegade almost dying to Cortese, and he will be taken out finally.
Oh my god, what's happening?
Go down. Omega once again establishing control in the map.
NXP is falling one by one around the map. It's like a synchronized swim. I don't know, but I feel like Omega definitely a lot more in tune with each other right now. The sync, I can feel it.
Yeah, and they're trying their best to not give Omega any more advantages here, but they're gonna have to fall back here because this is a lot of members from Omega trying to secure this purple buff for themselves and try to delay NXP from even snowballing further or trying to catch up for that matter.
That was defensive Tempest of Blades, defensive everything, while the rest of the squad of Omega getting gold around the map. As you can see, that turret gonna go down as well. Gets the lead up to 2,000. Just when you thought NXP had it.
Oh, Renegade will be fighting Cortese under the guise of the Zaman Force. Not really a good one, but
there you go.
Dance onto Cortese. That is a big opening. Not the biggest of opening, but it is an opening enough for NXP to dive in.
Exactly what we were talking about, by the way. When you got that Kai, you cannot overextend if you are the Harif. You cannot overextend if you are the Esmeralda, and they are living up to the usage of the hero.
And remember how Mara said it best, where the storyline here is keeping up versus staying ahead.
Yeah,
it's the other way around here because NXP needs to start keeping up here, and they're showing how to keep up in this fight.
Yep, gold is almost at even, and Turtle gonna be threatened here by NXP. Breath of the Ocean not gonna be hitting it. And they want to go it!
Exhort low on HP, forced to rough waves out of there.
That was defensive rough waves.
Defensive rough waves indeed, and Heat is backing off, but James might not have enough time to back off because he's going to get taken out by Toshi once again. Not the best outcome from NXP there.
Two down. Fight. I mean, was that worth the scuffle around the turtle? I don't think so.
Not the best, and they might be a third one down as H2O is low on HP, but Yaoi doing his best as this guy used the Hurricane Dance to just keep his core alive.
Like I said, Cortese, he knows how to do the job, and finally, when they were in a good position, they could read out what Yaoi was doing on the Akai, and they got what they wanted there.
And H2O trying to contest this buff himself will be secured himself. Toshi not able to seal the buff. This turtle will be secured though by Omega, so that's all the major objectives out in the early game. Lord will be the next one in line, and I feel like whoever takes this Lord will transition well into the next phase, the mid game.
Man, I really like that NXP is able to keep up most of the time, but at the same time, I'm surprised that Omega can sustain a lead against NXP right now.
Oh no, Renegade will get stunned by Heat, but here comes H2O. This is a two-man press over the top lane just to try to take down Heat. And that was a good fight, all things considered, but their HPs were incredibly low. They lost a lot more HP than they wanted to, and Omega is already in position to just go for a retaliation fight if ever it breaks out.
Again, how GZ just has to kind of keep it together. As long as he's not getting picked up, Omega's actually doing pretty good. Again, with the Mount Shocker as well, great info coming over to Omega. It's becoming more unlikely that he gets picked off, and they can do some push here, and exactly what they're doing.
And Yaoi is positioning himself over to the backside of things. Does have the Hurricane Dance available. Will get
nice catch
onto how GZ. That's That's a one.
That's what you gotta do.
NXP. And
Yeah.
Hayes forced to back off here. Omega now has to just reset, wait for Haji to come out.
Wasn't that exactly what I was saying?
But look at this though. James in a fight against Curtizi. Exhort finishes him off, and Heath and Toshi in the back lines forced to run away.
Omega might have bit off a bit more they could chew here. And they could have lost even more members if only the exit pass recovered there by NXP. So far, it's only going to be 2, but that's going to be enough to get Omega back on the map.
James, on this Paquito, I'd rather see this than the Alice any day. Doing a lot of damage as is expected from a Paquito, but he is just a completely different level this time around.
Completely different level indeed. This guy just knows when to go in and charge and wait for the champ stand.
Oh no, this is not what they want. He's being taken down. Hayes, next in line, gets pinned down by the Hurricane Dance. And Curtizi might be biting off more than he can chew here. Gets the Azama Force. They did manage to get a trade onto Yaoi. Here comes the Tempest of Blades to secure the kill onto Hajizi. H2O really showing that Ling is his main. Curtizi almost falls down here. No minions, but Renegade will pick up the slack. Toshi will be able to take down Renegade, but that is a fight that is going to the favor of NXP.
That was a lot of kills going over to NXP here, only losing 2. Might have gone for the Lord, but Toshi is still alive. Again, Curtizi is not really having a hot time whenever he's the one getting chased off. Toshi charges with the Falling Star Moon, cannot really defend the tower that much, cancels it at the last minute.
And now things are even. Even Stevens here, all things considered. Even a slight gold lead here for NXP, having 1,000 gold lead to their name.
Yeah, James is looking real hot in this game, man. I gotta tell you, a lot better than what he was playing on the Alice.
And yeah, this has to be a ban now for any team that's going up against NXP. Just try to take down the Paquito. I mean, granted, Paquito is a hero that a lot of people really just ban against. But, you know, at the same time, even more so, just ban out Paquito on James if you see him playing. As Yaoi gets information here that Omega will try to get the turtle lane, the turtle themselves will be zoning everybody out. But H2O all alone forced to use the Tempest of Blades. Originally, it was offensive Tempest of Blades, but it's now the offensive as the Winter Truncheon in the back line saves Curtizi.
That was nuts! H2O failed because of that play. They kind of gotten out of tempo there completely.
And now Renegade up against it's a 1v3 against Renegade.
Haji could go down?
Could go down, but Toshi's here to try to save him. Not going to happen, but Paquito manages to take down the kill. Yeah, secure the kill. And yeah, we force it back off. And James has to back off here completely. He'll be taken down.
They have no answer to what Toshi is doing. If there was an MVP fight for Toshi, this is it.
My goodness, man. Toshi was the MVP game number 1. Game number 2 has to be Toshi as well, doing a good job on this Esmeralda, currently standing at 6-1-2.
Yep, that's an MVP performance here if I've ever seen one myself. Again, this is what I was talking about as well. With the Esmeralda mid to late game, you cannot destroy him. You cannot focus him down because that Frost Moon Shield is just a pain to handle.
Pain to handle and a pain for NXP. NXP is trying to get the pain relievers they want in order to just survive a little bit more, because once again, Omega is knocking at the doors here for NXP. They will be able to secure this Lord. Yaoi will get caught out here by Heath. No chance to go for the Hurricane Dance. Lord will be secured by Omega. Renegade will try to keep Yaoi alive, but he will be caught out. James just soaking up a little bit of the damage there just to deter Omega. And really, Omega does not even want to fight at this point.
Yeah.
This is already a win.
Yeah, well, all that was happening, H2O just trying to see if he can get some pushes in. But I think so far this is the usual course that NXP does when they're on the back foot. They're trying to back off and then basically sending H2O out to do the dirty work while the rest of the team buckles up and prepares for the worst.
I mean, you mentioned it earlier before the game even started. This is already a throwback to how NXP was during Season 6. Do you think that this really is that, especially seeing that performance right now?
Yeah, they are playing Season 6 the way they were and going for the kills, going for the fights, looking for Omega right now.
As James and Renegade looking to force Omega out of the fight. And Renegade just buying a lot of time here. He will offer himself up just to get a lot more space for his team. That's not the... At least that's not two turrets falling down for on their team.
Not yet, but I think they might be close here.
Might, as they get James forced to knock up Courtesy. Zama Force will be forced out. James will get taken out. And really, it's just a matter of time before Omega secures this game, but H2O has other plans here as he takes down Curtizi. The Tempest of Lane's no longer an option for him to escape. He's already down to half HP. Here comes the Breath of the Ocean being forced out. Yaoi catches Hayes with the Hurricane Dance, but it's now a 2-0 victory from Omega. Next play.
Omega